Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. Now, as I'm sort of back to triathlon training again after quite a while, I thought it was about time I had a look around and see what's available on the market in terms of headphones I could use for swimming, cycling and running. And when Naenka asked me if I wanted to review their waterproof bone conducting headphones, which can offer both an MP3 player feature with 8 gigs of onboard storage and Bluetooth streaming, I said yes immediately. So I got the Runner Pro from the manufacturer, but this fact has no influence on what I'm going to say to you about the product whatsoever. The company can only see this video at the same time as you guys, as I did not give them any preview privileges and I'm not getting paid for this review either. So if you want to hear my honest opinion on these headphones, then let's dive into the details. The Runner Pro are not traditional headphones in terms of how they produce sound. Instead of using drivers that create pressure waves in the air, they deliver sound to the inner ear through resonating the bones in front of your ears. So the bone conduction technology bypasses your eardrums and leaves your ear canals free. It has loads of advantages and some disadvantages too, but probably the most important thing from our point of view is that your situational awareness during running or cycling is not affected by the music as much as it would be if you were to use traditional earbuds or headphones, and it could make a huge difference in terms of safety. And of course, if you are someone who doesn't like their ears plugged or you have hearing impairment which affects your eardrums, then bone conduction technology was designed for you. Onto the headphones themselves, we get this ear hook design with a headband. Both the hook and the band are there to provide you with a snug fit, as the bone conduction tech requires a solid contact between the buds and your cheekbone in order to work effectively. The Runner Pro are comfortable enough, but obviously they are never going to be as comfortable as true wireless earbuds. They also weigh 35 grams, which is around 10 grams heavier than the Aftershokz Aeropex and 7 grams heavier than the Aftershokz Xtrainerz, which are two examples of great bone conducting headphones that I reviewed before. So the Runner Pro are sort of heavy, but they provide you with a solid grip on your head, and despite their bigger weight, I found no meaningful difference between them and the Aftershokz headphones as far as long-term comfort goes. I had no issues with wearing a helmet or a baseball hat, or more importantly, sunglasses with the Runner Pro, so that's good news for both runners and cyclists, or for those with glasses in general. Wearing a swim cap over the headphones can cause some discomfort due to the extra pressure on your cheekbones, but you can always choose to wear the Runner Pro over your swim cap because it will stay on your head during swimming, especially if you use the supplied silicone band to tighten the fit behind your neck. The design and build quality are similar to other headphones of the same kind, but the Runner Pro are physically bigger and more robustly built than either the Aftershokz Aeropex or the Xtrainerz. The Runner Pro has an IPX8 and an IP68 rating. I'm a bit confused as it says IPX8 on the box, and you can see both IPX8 and IP68 on the official website, and I couldn't get clarification on this from the manufacturer either, as they said that it's actually both. I'm not quite sure if that's possible because it's either one or the other, but what I'm 100% sure about is that the Runner Pro can be submerged in water. Of course, that's somewhat expected if you want to use them for swimming, I guess. And before you ask, yes, you can use them in the shower too. So we get a fully waterproof design with a flexible titanium alloy frame, but I would have loved to see a pouch or a carry bag similar to what Aftershokz bundles with their headphones, but there is no such thing to be found in the box of the Runner Pro. The other day I broke my Xtrainers after throwing them in my swim bag without their silicone protective pouch, and I must have thrown my water bottle or something else onto them because I found one of the ear hooks broke later on. I'm saying this because even if the Runner Pro are solidly built, this form factor could only benefit from using a protective bag or case of some sort in the long run. What's reassuring, however, is that the Runner Pro actually feels sturdier and more robust than any of the Aftershokz headphones. But again, there is no protective case or pouch bundled with the Runner Pro, but what you get is a set of foam earplugs, a silicone band, and there is also a proprietary magnetic charging cable, which works well as long as you make sure it stays connected, as it's pretty easy to knock it off or detach it by accident. The headphones can last up to around 5 or 6 hours in Bluetooth mode and a bit less in MP3 mode, but it still gives you enough power to go through a couple of swim or run sessions. Both Aftershokz models have a longer battery life at around 7 hours each. As far as the wireless connection goes, we get Bluetooth 5.0 with support for the SBC audio codec only, but that's not really an issue here, as the general sound quality you can get from the bone conduction technology would simply not benefit from the use of any advanced codecs anyway. Pairing is quick and easy enough, signal strength is very good too, as I never had any dropouts during my tests. Switching between MP3 and Bluetooth mode is fast and smooth, as the headphones maintain the Bluetooth connection even in MP3 mode. Watching movies presented no lip-sync issues, and the headphones only deliver an acceptable performance with casual gaming. We get no multi-point use support, so we can only switch between multiple connected devices manually.
And here is a quick audio sample of what you can expect from the Runner Pro when making phone calls in a quiet room. My voice is quiet and the noise floor is higher than average, but the clarity of my voice is kind of okay. And now let's turn on some background noise so you can hear that the level of ambient noise is high, but my voice remains easy to understand for the most part.
If you want to use the Runner Pro offline or in the swimming pool, then you have to turn on the MP3 mode, and you've got 8 gigs of built-in memory to store your audio files on board. MP3, WAV, APE, WMA and FLAC files are supported. I tried and tested them all, and each format works fine indeed. Copying music to the headphones is only possible through the USB charging cable you get in the box, and it's a very slow and painful experience dragging and dropping files in 2021, but I'm not aware of any manufacturer who had come up with a better syncing solution for this kind of hybrid headphones yet. If you know any, please let me know in the comments below. The Aftershokz Xtrainers have the same issue when it comes to uploading music, and there is only 4 gigs of storage on board there, so the Runner Pro can store twice as many songs. Onto the controls, you can find a multifunctional button and an on-off switch on the right-hand side. You can control play, pause, skip through tracks, adjust the volume, manage phone calls, and you can even activate your voice assistant using these buttons. The voice assistant feature only works in Bluetooth mode obviously, but it's compatible with Siri and the Google Assistant too. The physical buttons work well even underwater or during running or cycling. They have a tactile feedback and quick reaction times, so nothing to complain there. A smartphone app would have been nice, but there is no such thing and the manufacturer is not planning to make one any soon. Both Aftershokz models can offer similar button layouts and functionality, so there is not much difference to talk about. And now a few words regarding the sound quality of the Runner Pro. Even though the bone conduction technology has come a long way, it's still not quite there yet to be able to deliver a full sonic experience, and it's not really comparable to traditional earbuds or headphones in that regard. But the sound you get from the Runner Pro is good enough for you to enjoy your favorite tunes during a long run or an otherwise boring pool swim session. There are details in the mid-range and the treble, you get enough clarity and a sense of space too, but what you have to give up almost entirely is the bass. That is unless you plug in your ears, because sealing your ear canals amplifies the lower frequencies quite dramatically. You still don't get extremely strong resonances, but the bass response becomes decent with the plugs. But then you lose the awareness of your surroundings, which is one of the main advantages of using such open-ear headphones in the first place. Underwater, the bass response is better than on land without the plugs, because the water kind of seals your ears as well. Of course, using earplugs in the pool is something a lot of swimmers do anyway, and it gives you a more consistent seal as your head moves in and out of the water when breathing, so earplugs are your best option to improve the sound of the Runner Pro either on land or in the water. As far as sound leakage goes, these headphones are okay unless you turn them up all the way, because then you get some sound leakage for sure, along with some tickling, especially when there is loads of bass in the music, but that's neither better nor it is worse than what other bone conducting headphones do in that regard. I'm not much of a podcast listener myself, especially not during training, but I know a lot of people who would be happy to use these headphones to listen to podcasts during any exercise, and the Runner Pro are a perfect choice for that. Thanks to the lacking bass and the decent clarity in the mid-range and the highs, speech intelligibility is very good, and I don't feel like I'm missing anything the same way I feel when listening to music, if that makes sense. But whether you listen to podcasts or music, I have to mention that loud music coming from the speakers in a gym, for example, can easily overpower the sound coming from the Runner Pro, so that might be an issue, but that's the case with all open-ear headphones. And everything I just said about the sound quality applies to both the Bluetooth streaming and the MP3 player too. Now, compared to the Aftershokz Aeropex, which is one of the best sounding bone conduction headphones out there, the maximum volume of the Runner Pro is much lower and you get a bit less bass too. Not that you get a tremendous amount of low frequency rumble on the Aeropex, but the Runner Pro sounds even a bit thinner. The clarity of the higher frequencies is also a touch better on the Aeropex, but a lot depends on the actual fit you can get from either of the headphones. I wish I could compare the sound of the Runner Pro to the Aftershokz Xtrainerz too, but as I said, I broke mine recently and now only one of the speakers works, but as far as I can remember, their sound is closer to that of the Runner Pro, as it's not quite as sophisticated as what you get from the Aeropex. As you can see, I keep comparing the Naenka Runner Pro to both the Aeropex and the Xtrainerz. And the reason for that is that I need two different Aftershokz headphones to cover all the functionality the Naenka Runner Pro has to offer in one. The Aeropex can do Bluetooth streaming without an onboard storage, while the Xtrainerz have a built-in MP3 player without any wireless connection. But again, the Runner Pro can offer both the offline and the online features. There is Bluetooth and built-in storage too, and that's what makes the Runner Pro an absolute winner in my eyes. The flexibility and functionality these headphones can offer is hard to match. Sure, there are traditional headphones such as the Sony NW-WS623 or the JBL Endurance Dive that have both Bluetooth connection and the built-in MP3 player, but if you need or want bone conduction headphones for whatever reason, then you don't have too many options to choose from. And as far as I can tell, the Naenka Runner Pro are one of the very few that you can actually use both in the water and on land. So if you are a triathlete, for example, then these bone conduction headphones clearly deserve a spot on your list of must-have gear. And for around $120, you can hardly find any other piece of equipment that you can safely use and enjoy during any of your swim, bike and run sessions as well. And that's a wrap of my Naenka Runner Pro review. I'm trying to make more reviews of headphones and earbuds which use different technologies, because I know a lot of you are interested in these special open-ear designs just as much as I am, so stay tuned and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching, see you next time.